Camp Chef Woodwind Pro pellet grill smoker. I'm going to use it as a smoker. Just came today. I was going to put this together outside. Can't. Here's why. Well, I know what I'll be doing later. We're supposed to get a lot of this stuff, and I don't want it. So we're going to put it together over here on this side, and we'll get into this coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop. Actually, it's the middle bay of the shop. You don't get to see this area over here much. This is where we ship from normally. And I do have my portable DeWalt table saw in here right now. I was doing a project earlier till it started to snow. So I had to wheel it inside quick. This video is not sponsored by Camp Chef or anybody else. I bought this. So we have the Woodwind Pro 24. I'm sitting on the base part. This is the upper part. I've also ordered the sidekick and the pizza oven, which is not here yet, but I don't need that to assemble the basic part of the grill. So I guess I'm going to be doing this inside. I thought I'd show some steps on this. I'm not new to smoking and grilling. I've been doing it for many, many years. Up at our campsite up on the river, I've got a Camp Chef smoke vault that I replaced an old Masterforge smoker with. And this one here is going to replace my old Masterforge smoker I have here, which I'll be giving to one of the grandkids or something, because there's nothing wrong with it, it still works. Just isn't big enough for what I'd like to do. So I need to get this unboxed and figure out what all I'm going to need to do with it in here in this small space. This box is pretty beat up, especially on this side. I'm hoping there's no damage because it really got caved in on this side. And I actually felt sorry for the FedEx girl that delivered this because she wasn't very big. And it was snowing and you got a couple big heavy boxes. I'm going to cut the top off of this. I don't even know. Oh, okay, it says this side's up. So I guess I'll just cut the top off and take a peek inside, see what I got. It says heavy team lift. I could pick this up by myself. I could pick that up by myself, but neither one of them are light. Well, I'm glad to see there's lots of styrofoam and stuff to protect things, because where it got caved in right here, there's a big heavy corrugated block, and where it got caved in over here is a big hunk of styrofoam. So there shouldn't be any damage there. I think what I'm going to do is just cut up the sides and let the sides fold down so I can see what I've got here. Stop, do not return to the place of purchase. Well, no, I can't. So I had it shipped. Okay, so this is kind of like double boxed here. So I can take this off and I have a box in a box. And I have this side folded down. Now I'm assuming all the parts are inside. So I need to get rid of some plastic here. Open this up, see what's in there. Yes, there are parts inside. We have a rather thick manual there. More packing foam. Comes with a hat. That'll be good out for me out in the sun because I have a shortage of hair. Whoops, I'm still going to keep that. There must be hardware and such in there. And we have the grills, a couple of them. More styrofoam. And of course the drip pan, which I'll get to when the time comes. So I guess I need to look and see what all we got here. The upper grills. Side shelf, which I will not be putting on because I'm going to be putting the sidekick on there. And that's probably the little chute for the ash drop. Take the drip pan out, make this a little bit lighter, so the rest of the parts must be in the other box. Too bad there's no way to recycle this stuff around here. I sure have a pile of it. Oh, this box is going to warrant being cut open too. Oh, that box is heavy. There's the pellet hopper there. Got the little drip bucket there. Oh, another box of parts. And another box of parts. I really need to get rid of some cardboard. Yeah, let's see what we got here. These would be the legs. More cardboard. Good grief. Well, I take that back. These are the legs. Those there were the cross braces. Here's all the hardware. Oh, this is the side shelf. The other one there is a bottom shelf. Mistaken there. More styrofoam. Ash pot. Bagel bolts. The front handle. Stainless steel bars for something. We'll find that out. Get into the thing. Casters. And of course the side shelf. Oh, what a mess. So the first step is going to be to put the legs on. We got to get out the right hardware for that. Now something kind of nice here. All the steps are labeled. Got there's step 24, step 20. Just have to sort through here and find whatever step I'm on. Close the knife before I hurt myself. Yep, everything's clearly marked, what it's for, where it goes. Directions here kind of remind me of the old popular science wordless workshop. No real words here, just pictures, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So the first thing I'll be doing is putting the legs on, and then the cross braces, and then the casters, then the bottom shelf. So that doesn't look too tough, and the steps are numbered, and they tell you what all hardware you need. So I'll get to putting all that together first. Legs are labeled front left, back right. The other one's back left, front right. So there's two of each. It's nice they put that in there to keep you from having to guess or make the mistake and having to take it off and do it over. Okay, when the grill's laying on its back, you're going to need to put the back legs on, of course. And I found a good way to use some of them little styrofoam blocks that were in there is put them underneath the grill to prop it up so you can not having to fight putting the legs on. And they tell you to put the legs on finger tight only until you get your cross braces in and your casters on and all that good stuff. So I'll get into putting these on. No way for me to really do a close-up of this. I'm in such tight space right here. But it's pretty self-explanatory. The legs on, went on easily, perfect. Everything lined up. Next will be the braces. These obviously go to the inside. One side has a bevel on it. And that bevel will go up, so they'll go in like so. Do one on each side. Okay, next step is the casters, and it's nice that all four wheels have locks instead of just two like some types of grills have, because things can shift, and this way that and all four of them swivel, which also makes it nice so you can maneuver things in a tight space. So we'll get these screwed on. You have step 5 hardware here. We'll get all that in, then we'll get to the shelf, and then we can tighten things up. Now then, next will be these two sections of the bottom shelf. I don't know why they didn't make it all one piece. Must have had to do something with how it's packed, but we'll get these two pieces put in. Then I got a whole bunch of screws to tighten up. Okay, got her standing up here, got all the screws tight. So we'll go on to some of the next steps here. Oh boy, what a tight squeeze to try to do this in here though. Next step here is to put the little ash dump gate in. I'll take this back out so you can see what I did here. There's a nut with a collar on it that you'll need to screw back on. After you get this in place, there's a little cotter key ring, snap ring thingy on there that we always call them a Jesus pin, but that will keep you from pulling it out too far. So it just slips into the little, there's a spot on the bottom there, it'll slide right in. Pass that out through the collar there and screw this on. The flange towards the grill. Lift that up, put that in, locks it in place, dump your ash, and there's a knob that goes on there we'll grab later. The next step is going to be put the pellet hopper on the side, and there's an RTD that needs to go through the slot right here, so you have to be careful not to pinch that wire. This is a two-person job, and I'm going to do it by myself. See, this RTD here has two wires on it that needs to pass through that hole. You want to be careful not to pinch the wires as you're doing this. Once you get one screw started, it becomes a whole lot easier to manage. Bottom screws are in kind of a narrow spot, so you're going to be better off to try to put it on the end of a screwdriver and get it worked in. Hopefully you can see this here. This RTD mounts right here. There's two holes tapped for it there, and the stainless steel, just need to put the screws in for that. There's also two little sheet metal screws here that go down into the plate where you pull out to dump your ash. I can't show that. There's no way to get a shot of that in there, but it'll be pretty self-explanatory when you see it. Next to go in is a drip tray, and I'll probably line this with foil because I can see that's going to be a pain in the butt to clean. There's a little lip over here it sits on, and then a lip over here on this side. And then your drippings would drain into a bucket, which I have right here. I'm not going to put it on there right now because I'm so limited on space. There we have the two bottom grills that just set in there. Then we'll have some brackets to put in for the upper grills. Okay, these here just fit on the sides. There's holes already in the side. You get a little bag of nut and bolts here, so they just bolt on. Pretty simple. And then next would be to just slide the upper grills into place. And I, like a lot of people, don't really understand why they didn't make that one piece. But that's not to say I couldn't weld those together. Helps put it in the right direction too. And next, of course, is a handle, and I see there's already some wing nuts on there, and I think that probably holds this inner cover on, so I'm going to do these one at a time, so it's not having to mess around trying to realign that inner cover. We have a handle. Don't forget the little bezel washers on the handle. You'll be taking the handle off and doing it over and then putting them on. Not a big deal, but I just happened to overlook that. Now we get onto some handles and knobs. First one is a knob for the ash dump. That just screws on. And when you want to dump your ash, you lift this and slide the slide. On this end, for the pellet dump, we got the same type of thing with the little gate. This little nut needs to be spun on, and then it needs to get dropped behind that little plate there. This knob just spins on there. And if you need to dump your pellets, just like that. Little chute on the back here where it's even got a little hook for a bucket. I don't know that a 5-gallon bucket would fit under that, but a smaller one would. Next one is on the front. On this handle here for the turning the fire on to the smoke box, little hole in the bottom is tapped. It comes with a little set screw. You need to start that set screw in there. You don't want to run it all the way in. You want to run it in just till it's not quite into the threads inside. About there, because we're going to have to make a little adjustment down here. Now this handle is just going to screw on here. Like so. And we're going to need to know what position that's in. So when the handle is straight down, we want that closed back there, which should be right there. So you want to look in there so you know where the position of that. Otherwise, you'll never get your smoke box out. Then just tighten up that set screw on the bottom. That way, when the handle is in that position, it opens up that little damper in there and lets fire into the smoke box. This way it's closed. This does come with 4 color-coded probes, and since I'm not ready to use those right now, mostly because of the weather, I'm just going to stick them in here for right now. Of course, I have the bucket that goes on the side for the drippings, and I'm not going to put that on right now because I'm short of space. Next item would be this ash bucket, and that just twists on the bottom. So there's everything to put in the smoker together, and I had to go outside for a couple minutes to get a delivery in the snow. So I've got snow all over me now. So I'm not putting the side shelf on because I do have the sidekick ordered. It's just not here yet. And obviously I can't fire this up. I don't want to do that in here. I'd have a smoky mess. I don't want to go outside because it's snowing. So there'll be more videos on this coming up. I don't know that I'll get into showing how to do a bunch of recipes or anything. But I'll give you somewhat of a review of this as I get some use out of it. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. I'm Roger, in the middle bay in the shop, trying to put together a grill in a snowstorm. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Okay, as you can see, I've got the sidekick mounted on it now, and I've also got the blanket on it because just because it's cold out doesn't mean you can't smoke something. And I've got things set up here. We've got a pork butt on there right now, and we just hit stall. And I've cooked quite a few different things on this, and I have used a sidekick to sear some reverse sear steaks and reverse sear some absolutely fantastic pork chops. I've done some chicken on this. So let's take a look inside. So right there, hopefully you can see it good. I just got done basting, got a pork butt in there. With it's got a Kansas City rub on it, but a Carolina basting sauce, and I'll get into that recipe here sometime in the future if you're interested. Then we'll keep that closed up. Of course, the little smoke drawer down there on this Woodwind Pro is just a fantastic addition. I get a really good smoke flavor on things. So we're going to let this keep on cooking. I've got quite a few more hours to go on this, I'm sure. But it should end up being a fantastic result.